welcome to a short stretch and renew training. You're going to need a little bit of space for this, but not an exorbitant amount. So just make sure you have a little bit of area to move around a little bit and access to a wall, as we're going to start out there. So you're going to start out at a wall where you have enough space for both of your arms to extend out in front of you. So you're going to start with pretty far away from the wall, both of your arms extended and hands flat in front of you. And then from there, all you're going to do is scoop your right arm through and underneath and open up through your shoulder. So you're scooping through and then bringing your elbow and shoulder out to open up all the way through. And you want to just keep this moving at a good pace. We're not really holding these stretches as we're moving through them here. Especially if you're sitting a lot, your shoulders may feel tight. All right, and we're going to go through and do the other side now. So scoop and then open up through that shoulder, giving yourself a little bit of a rotation as you open up. Your feet are staying right where they are. Good, remember to breathe. And one more. All right, from there, we're gonna stay at the wall here. You're gonna bring your left leg up at hip height. Make sure that your hip is against the wall, your left hip, and your left knee are against the wall. Your left arm's just gonna come out so you can lay flat against the wall here. And then make sure that both your hips are facing forward. You don't want that outside hip facing away. So both hips are gonna face forward here. All you're gonna do is hike your hip up against the wall and then bring it back down to your starting position. So you're gonna hike it up and bring it back down. You wanna keep your knee where it is. You're just moving your hip here. This might feel a little bit awkward, and you will certainly feel this on your standing leg as well. You're gonna hold your core in nice and tight here, just to keep you stable. One more here. All right, then we're gonna switch and do the other side. So same thing on the other side. My right leg's gonna come up against the wall. Both my hips are gonna face forward, and my right arm's gonna come against the wall. So just lift that right hip up, and then right back down to your starter. So you see my hip stays against the wall, my knee stays right where it is. My right hip is doing all the work. And make sure you keep your head up. Good. Two more. All right. Good. You can shake that out, as that definitely gets your glutes and your hamstrings warmed up a little bit. From there, all you're going to do is bring both arms up. My right arm is going to come over onto the opposite side of my head here, so wrapping around onto the left side of my head. And I'm going to just slightly tilt my neck over, leaving that left arm up right where it is, and then bringing it down. You can do this one at a wall if you want. You're just bringing that left arm right up and down, leaving your neck just slightly tilted over. You don't want to be pulling here. Your hand is there just for a guide. And then you're just going straight up and down. So make sure that you're keeping your left arm as straight as you possibly can here. And then you can let go and we're going to do the other side. So my left hand's going to cup the right side of my head, just slightly tilting your neck. Bringing your right arm up and down slowly. Make sure you stand up tall here. Remember, you're not pulling on your neck, but rather just using that left hand as a guide to hold your neck slightly over here. going to get into a few more leg stretches. So we're going to just take a split stance here, and from that split stance, it doesn't matter what leg you want to have forward, you're going to reach down just for a second. If you cannot reach down all the way to the ground, that's okay. You can reach to your shin. But if you can reach all the way down to the ground, you're going to get a slick hamstring stretch there, and then flex back and stand right back up. So reach down, and then you're going to sit back a little bit on that back leg, flexing your forward leg, stand straight back up. So stay as straight as you can here, then flex back, flatten, stand right back up. If your back heel is coming up off the ground, you may want to bring your stance in a little bit. You want to try to keep your legs as straight as you can here as you're stretching through. All right, we're going to switch sides. So same thing on the other side. See where you're at as far as how wide you can go with your split stance. Reach down, sit back, flex that front foot, stand straight back up. When you're reaching down, you want to make sure that your back's flat here. And remember to be mindful of that back foot as well. All right. Good. From there, since we do tend to sit a lot, especially if we're sitting at our computers more often now than not, we want to make sure we're opening up all the way through our hips. This is a good hip opener to do even before you start any of your workouts. We do this a lot in many of the exercise trainings that we do together. So you're just bringing your knee up to center, 90 degrees, a little bit above, and out to the side. You can always add in a little walk to it. And then we're going to go the other direction. So you're going to start from outside, bring your knee inside. This one should feel pretty good. And loosen up your hips a little bit. All right, 2 more here. All right, very good. From there, take a few steps back. We are just going to walk on our heels. So you're going to flex your toes up towards the ceiling and just walk on your heels. Kind of a funny feeling. And then we're going to walk backward. Make sure you don't bump into anything back behind you. I'm going to do that one again. Walking forward here. And right on back. All right, if you can, stay there. We're going to go to the side slightly. And the other side. And one more. And the other side. All right, very good. From here, we're going to come on down to the ground a little bit. You're going to come to a tabletop position. And from there, you're going to come to about hip width apart. Your knees are going to come here. And you're going to tuck your toes slightly and sit back on your hips. And then circle to the front and circle to the other side. Sit back on your hips and circle all the way around. So you're also circling through your shoulders when you come to the front. You're getting a nice big circle all the way around. Not moving too quickly through this, as to be sure that you are stopping for a second at each corner here. And we're going to circle back the other way. So you may even feel this one in your wrist, because you want to keep your hands planted right where they are when you started. We're getting all the joints moving here. All right, then from there, we're just gonna come back and up. So back and up. You can flatten your feet if you wanna get a little bit of a deeper stretch here. Flatten back, more of like a frog position. Keeping your back nice and flat and your head looking forward here. Try to be mindful of keeping your shoulders away from your ears. All right, one more. Very good. And then you're just gonna come to a kneeling position. You can tuck your toes if it helps with just balancing here. All we're gonna do here is bring both of our arms up, and both hands are going to be active there through both arms. So you wanna think that you are trying to reach something way, way, way above your head, opening up your hands, stretching out each of your fingers here. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. So if you feel like you're scrunching, make sure you're bringing your shoulders down. From there, you're gonna bring your arms down into like a W position, really stretch through your shoulders and your back here. Then you're gonna extend all the way up. Make sure you're not scrunching those shoulders. Keep those shoulders away from your ears. And back down to that W, really feel that in your back. Stretch up. Stretch on down. Take a nice inhale when you come up. Exhale down. I'm gonna do a few more of these. Really, really open up through your chest and your back here. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. One more. Good. And reach back to touch both your heels. Head looks up. Again, keeping your shoulders back here, stretching through your chest. Try not to arch your lower back here. And then we're gonna release, come into a down dog. Pedal out our feet a little bit. Just pedaling out. Really feeling that stretch in your ankles. Just gonna do a couple of reaches back, opposite hand to toes here. Feel that in your calves. Try to keep your heels on the ground if you can. And we're just gonna hold this for a couple seconds, stretching through your head, through your arms. And then walk your hands back to your toes. Roll up slowly here on your inhale. Take a nice inhale all the way up. Exhale down. Two more, inhale all the way up. Exhale down. One more. All right, thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Make sure to stay safe, stay well, and stay hydrated.